Hello world, Lantinian here with a video for Star Wars Rebellion, and specifically let's talk organizers, galaxy search maps, and awesome accessories you can get your hands on. Alright, so here I have the box with the LaserOx Rebel Organizer, and in the middle of it you see the galaxy search map, which I've made as an extension of that organizer. It's a fully integrated additional accessory. It attaches to the lid of the main tray here, and the way it's stored, the map itself covers the tokens and doesn't let anything fall out of its place. So you can even put a whole game inside with all your tokens and just store it like that, and it will be the same way you take it out. Now we're not gonna use the map like that. We're gonna take it out and let's have a look. So as I mentioned, it attaches to the lid of that tray, and here it is. There are some cutouts here which are used for the legs. And let's talk about all the different types of tokens. Okay, so what do we use each token for and when? So these are double-sided. On the back of each token, you always have the probe card. And so you have two sizes. You have the smaller size for the 8 remote systems, and then you have the larger size for the populated areas. These are not magnetic, so the board needs to stay at a certain angle, like less than 45 degrees, otherwise they will fall down. And let's say you have been to a planet with your troops. You know the rebel base is not there, but for whatever reason you decide to move on, or all your troops are destroyed, but you still know this system doesn't have the rebel base, so you use that specific token. If you later get the probe card, you simply flip it over and you mark it accordingly. Okay. The next one is the standard. Either it's subjugated or it's Imperial loyalty token, and again on the back is the probe card for when you have the probe card for that system. We have a few tokens here for a potential rebel base. So what I will do as the Imperial player, as I'm laying out my initial systems, I will also make an educated guess where could the rebels be. And as I'm playing the game, I will have these objectives clear in my head and visible for me, so that I don't get distracted by the rebel missions. Okay, as it turns out, this map is also useful for the rebels. And so one of the adjustments I will make is I will switch the ratio between the different tokens so that the rebels have a bit more tokens to mark all their loyal systems. And of course, they can use the probe cards to, for example, if they go with 2 leaders and they learn the next 8 systems, which potentially will go to the bottom, they can mark these systems on their own map to know where they potentially could go in the future. So my first update will be just switching the ratio of the tokens to make this useful accessory for both the Imperial and the Rebel player in one way or another. Okay, now how is this prop up? Well, for now, I'm just going to put it like that. And I'm going to take out these tray doors here. And this is how the map was designed to be held in place at a 45-degree angle. Okay, nothing fancy. But you do have to be careful. If you sort of lift it a bit more, you risk the tokens falling down. So the second thing I will improve is include your own custom legs with a few settings so that you can place them at a different angle to feel a bit more secure. Okay, so there's three things now. A ratio of tokens, legs, the background. If you do not have this organizer, obviously you do not have these pieces to prop up your map and to put on the back as a background for your tokens. So what do we do then? Well, I'm going to provide you with those pieces in the next version. And so let's maybe take a look at what that next version looks like. I'm just going to put this aside over here. and we're just going to push this away. All right, there we go. So the first thing is I'm going to provide you with a new back plate, which will double as a front plate if you have the LaserOx Rebel Organizer, and I'll explain how this works in a moment. So if you use it as a back plate, essentially, once you punch out your tokens from here, you glue them together, you can just glue this plate together. So there we go. You have a place to insert your legs here and here. And these will be the two new leg pieces. They have several notches, several positions. I've included logos for the Empire and the Rebels simply because if you want to play as the Rebels, this will be facing your side. And of course, if you want to play as the Empire, this will be facing your side. Now, to make this back plate useful, I will show you how in a moment. Let's pretend that this is glued to the main tray still. So I'm just going to put these legs like that for the moment, just so I can demonstrate. Okay, so we have our map. Let's say we're playing and we want to take a break, both the Rebel and the Imperial player. And so you have these maps on your side of the table. As you start going around the table, you're risking seeing what the other person is showing. And so what do? Well, if you have the LaserOx Rebel Organizer, then this is useless accessory to you. But if you just insert it like that, you can now cover your map. Cool. And so that's the second use if you have the organizer. Of course, I'm including a sheet to show you how I recommend storing these. The Coruscant is now fixed in position, so it's no longer a token you need to place there. One benefit is that the original tray lid has a cutout exactly there. And if you don't have a way to cover that cutout, then this token will fall through. So fixing the token makes sense since it will never change in loyalty. And it also negates the need for you to cover that hole on the lid of your tray. On the back, I of course include a full map for each token, which one goes with which, and of course providing additional information for each token, how they're used, when, and so on. All right, so we have the new Galaxy Search map with its extra backplate, legs, changes, and how many tokens we have from each, so it's useful for both the Rebels and the Empire. This is what you get in the packaging. Some assembly required. You need a wood glue or something else. And there will be a link below to my Etsy shop. If it's not available, just send me a message. I'm sure I can make one within a week or so. But yeah, this is the Galaxy Search map. And I hope we get to play games in the future. Thank you for watching.